Wholeness, everybody. Currently it's still 9:29, but this is Heels Numerology for tomorrow, which is 9:30. The last day of September for this year. If you remember at the beginning of the month, I told you September is going to show you what's controlling your energy all month long, but it'll also give you a hint as far as your authentic self. You understand? I was trying to tell you that September, by historical etymology or whatever you want to use, septum, the root for September, means seven, but it also denotes a clan. And as I was saying back then, we really don't have that clan mentality anymore. We don't have community. I think currently right now some people are experiencing community. So I will say that for those who have been affected by this most recent hurricane, Helene, my thoughts and well wishes are with you. We caught some stuff here, but nothing compared to what I'm seeing people go through. So thoughts and prayers on that. Maybe your community will come together. Last thing I'll say about that is it's cool when the governments on all different levels step in and help out, but it's better when the people take care of each other. So if you're in a position to help somebody in your neighborhood and you're going through something, it might be a good time to figure out who your neighbors are. Like I was saying, with the septum energy of September, where it shows you your clan, a lot of people have lost community. This might be one of them events to give you a chance to figure out who your peoples are. And for lower level thinking, sometimes your people don't look like you. So I got to get out of that divisionism bullshit. If y'all still caught on that, you lost. So Heels Numerology for 9/30/2024, which again, as I said, is the last day of this month, the precursor to October. October, the 10th month by our calendar, but Oct means 8. 8 is what you're struggling with. So October is going to show you what you're struggling with. If September showed you what's controlling you and how your vibrations are being put to use, I don't want to say used, but how your vibrations are being put to use in this experiment and experiencing this universe, October is going to show you some shit. But let's figure out what my integrated dissection numerology, my vibrations, wholeness to y'all. Let me see what I see for tomorrow. And I did a write-up earlier. So Heels Numerology, and I'm reading from off another phone, so I'll keep myself honest. 9/30/2024. Directly, it says, control the narrative. What you keep coming over to, that's the narrative. And manipulate the manifestation to your liking, aka an agenda. When you can take the energy that's there and use it towards what you want it to be used for, you're in control. Remember, 9 showed you control. So one thing that people have to get out of thinking is that everything is orchestrated up front. Not everything is orchestrated up front. Not in this universe where you have cause and effect. Not everything is directly, oh, they planned this. Sometimes it's, holy shit, we didn't plan that, but it's here. Now what can we do to use it? You understand that? Happenstance. So 9/30/2024 basically deals with happenstance. We may not have orchestrated this shit, but holy shit, it's here. How can we use this energy? That is the basis of an agenda. When I can see how to use something towards my benefit, and it may not always benefit you, you just cannon fodder. So 9/30/2024, control the narrative and manipulate the manifestation to your liking. Remember, 2024 was an 8. This year has been about manifestation. It was a 2024 year. It was the year of the dragon, the year of abundance, year of the yada, 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 vibrational alignment, the infinity wheel, whatever number you come up with. This was a year to where your energy could have been used to produce something better. But again, if somebody's controlling the narrative of what you're trying to produce, is it better for you? Is it better for them? It's better for them. You're already in overwhelm. You have already lost to the 10 before you get there. You have already been manipulated by the 10 and you ain't made it there. Remember I told you 10, October, basically what you'll always hear me say, 10 is 2 numbers pretending to be 1. That's already an admission to a lie. How many numbers do you see? 1, 10. But how many numbers is it? 2. It's the 1 and the 0. You are already bitten into a trick. 10 by the tarot is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune shows you the ups and downs. And the majority of people are seeing more downs than ups. You understand that? Remember I told you September is going to show you what's controlling you, and that's going to be who you think you are. If the main thing I'm seeing in my world is depressive type energy, then I am trying to define myself against the depression. If the main things in my world were trying to show me the upper side of life, then I am trying to find my definition in that set of energies. So you understand that the correlation of what you pay attention to. 9/30/2024, you're already in overwhelm. You're going to make a choice. If things, and this kind of like go back to what I was saying at the beginning about community, if everything is falling apart around me, it's good to have people who can help me hold shit together. I can't stress that enough. Really, read between the lines. When everything is falling apart around me, it is good to know who I can call on to help me hold shit together. I'll leave that there. In my 9/30/2024, where I do my integrated, I take all the numbers and find different variations of what's going on. You can pay attention to this reading and make it work for you. That's what you could do. So 5222 is the next set of numbers you get. 5 is movement. That's manipulation, manifestation, amplification, teaching, unlearning, all that shit. All that shit is movements. And 222, when I tell you got 3 of the same number, that's a trap vibration. 2 is the number for connections. 2 is also the number for knowledge. Basically the same thing. Knowledge, connections, reflections, projections, all the same shit. So I am moved in the trapped reflections. And what I put in my write-up was, this is something similar to, for comic book fans, you know, you had, in Superman, you had the Phantom Zone where General Zod was trapped, and then it was vibrating through space so that it would never be easy to be found, so nobody could set them free, or that it was harder for them to set themselves free. That's kind of what's going on here in this 5222. You're trapped in the reflection of everything that is being inundated into you to keep you in overwhelm. And because there's so much stuff moving you, it's hard for things to help you, and it's hard for you to help yourself. And again, let the collective life tell its tale. Shit moves so fast around here, you get over one hurdle and another hurdle plus another hurdle come in to take its place. Man, I can't stay on top of the shit. See, people say this shit all the time. So 5222 says, I'm moved by the trap reflections, and it's always in motion, so it makes it much harder to locate, let alone escape. Why am I trapped in this stuff in the first place? The whole answer is because you 5'd. You moved. If you can't sit your ass down and be still, you are going to be respondent to your overwhelm. You're going to make a choice. You're going to make a choice. You're going to focus on it. It becomes your ruler. This is the Emperor card. This is the only thing you focus on. 4 will become the trap. What did I tell you? 222 is a trap vibration. I am connected to what I think I know, and I'm trying to use what I think I know as part of the process for how I get free. That leaves people working 30 and 40 years. That leaves people working 4 and 5 jobs. That leaves people trying to sell drugs. That leaves people selling their ass. That leaves people stealing. That leaves people doing all kind of stuff that really isn't necessary. But because you have already bitten into systems of overwhelm, it's the only thing you know. And you'll fight for it. You'll fight for your right to do shit that you don't know you not supposed to be doing because it's the only thing you can focus on, because the only thing you focus on is your overwhelm. You're already choosing from 2 things that are guaranteed to put you in separation. That is the average human. You are choosing between shit that ain't going to work out for you. Hi, welcome to November. You're going to choose between 2 things that don't give a fuck about you, but you lie to yourself. So 5222, you keep moving because you need a master. This is the Emperor. You need somebody to rule over you, because if you can put all the focus and responsibility on somebody coming to save you, the average person thinks they don't have to save themselves. It's somebody else's responsibility to do it for you. So from there, the vibrations become 344. 3 is the thoughts. 3 is the divine empress. It is that which sits behind the ruler. Whoever has the king's ear rules the kingdom. 44, the master manifester. So if the thoughts is telling the king how to be the king, is the king really the king, or is the king really a pawn? Take your time on that one. So 344 says the thoughts determine the manifestation. And again, like I said, what's whispering in your ear? If your thoughts are telling you what to focus on, and the only thing they're telling you to focus on is what's already got you in overwhelm, guess what's already won? You're overwhelmed. You're already distracted. That 10, see that 10 there? Becomes a 28. But what's 2 plus 8? 10. It's the same shit. You just distracted. This is the siren. Your voice ain't your own at that point. The only thing you hear is that which is leading you to your destruction. You know, do your research. The history of a siren, they lead the sailors off to the rocks and crash and dash them. Wakanda forever. Oh, now they jumping off the ship, shooting themselves and shit. It don't mean you're no good. It's just a distraction. You didn't pay attention to yourself. 2, you connected to what your struggle was. Why? Because it was the only thing you focused on. You see what happened here? You see that 4 became an 8. 4 times 2 became an 8. And now, holy shit, because I'm dealing with the 44, there's 2 8s. If the only thing that you're trapped in is your struggle and you're trying to go in 2 different directions from your struggle, you got 2 struggles. Somebody get that. Running from the issue without fixing the issue, but then creating a new issue somewhere else. Now you got 2 issues. Really, you got 3 though. Because really the issue is you. The shit that you keep creating as an issue, that's just the effect. But you're the cause. So the next line becomes 99-2, the end game. 99 is the end game. It is where I want to see my highest vibration at outside of an experience so that I know that I don't have to go back through it again. Only with most people, when they go through a lot of experiences, it didn't show them what they want to see. So either A, they trick themselves into holding on, or B, they set themselves up to recreate it. Either way it go, you've already been distracted because you focused on what your overwhelm was, and that's the only thing you're creating. So 99-2 says the end game is connection. Finding your pieces that guarantee that you will love living apart and as a part. Simply playing a role, and that's R-O-L-E and R-O-L-L. You being rolled over. Rolled over where? Into the wheel of fortune. You are what's keeping the wheel going. Collectively, the average person is the only reason why the shit that we complain about that we want to stop, we're the reason why it won't stop. Because you won't do nothing to stop it. You're waiting on it to stop yourself. You're waiting on it to stop itself. Most of the stuff that goes on in this world only runs off of people's energy. But yet the average person does not understand where their energy has been misinvested, so they want the events to stop itself. What's going on? How you doing, Cheryl? So 344 basically said, 99-2 said the end game is the connection. As long as you're connected into finding yourself in what's already pulled you apart, you'll never hold yourself together. You're going to go into a house of mirrors and try and figure out which reflection is you. You ain't going to see enough. This is the 17, the star card. That damn 8 going to pull you apart. Remember I just told you a few minutes ago, now you got 2 8s. One of them 8s is going to tear you apart. So really now you got 3 8s. One of them 8s is going to put you into further pieces, and you ain't going to see enough. You are only starring, star card, in your own separation. And you don't even trust yourself. Story of the Abeji I keep telling y'all about. You don't trust yourself, so you send a part of yourself out there to see if it's safe. Huh? I'm going to send a part of myself out to see if it's safe so the rest of me can come and see if it's safe for me to be me. Go back to the beginning of this reading where I told you might need to find a clan. That way, if there's danger out there, there's strength in numbers. If there's a danger out there, you might want to get together with people who can help you stay safe, since y'all can't get out of safety. Instead of putting yourself in danger, waiting on danger to be less dangerous. When the most dangerous thing to a person who keeps putting himself in danger is the person himself. It ain't the fire. It ain't the fire that's burning you. It's your stupidity for keep putting your fucking hand in it. But that's called accountability and responsibility, and that's rare in this realm. So 99-2, where your end game is connection. What am I connected to? I'm connected to the scarcity, which again, like I told you, scarcity, that 2 is only a reflection component. If I don't see myself as enough, I'm not going to find it in anything else. I'll lie to myself though. If I don't see myself as enough, I won't find that reciprocity in anybody else. But I'll lie to myself because I've seen what I want to invest in. That dirty word, investment. Investment and belief is what fucks people over. So 99.2, you ain't seeing enough. You just starring in what already got you apart, and you just trying to find the best potential of who you think you are to lie to yourself about becoming, nutting on yourself. So from there, you go to 20. 99.2 from the 9/30/2024. If you add all the numbers, you get a 20. 20 is the judgment card. But 20 is, again, another trick. It's two numbers pretending to be one. The 2, which you're connected to, and 0 is supposed to show you everything. But again, as I just got through telling you, if you're connected to what's already pulled you apart, waiting on it to show you how to hold you together, the 0 becomes the fool. You understand that? If you have a 2, it's fine. Put a 0 behind it, that 2 just became a 20. That 0 ain't worth shit, but it gave all its energy to what's standing in front of it. Stop letting people stand in front of you. Stand up for yourself and be the greatest value before you give your value to somebody else. But you probably don't understand that, but you'll be all right. So where 20, where you don't have enough judgment to stop giving everything and everybody else your energy, and now everybody else has your power, and now you're paying everybody else for your power, and they can easily turn off your lights and cut off your water. But that's the way it's supposed to be. Shh. No, that's the way we allowed it. So, because we keep creating a system to pull us apart, waiting on the system to hold us together, bad judgment. Judgment. So many plausible implications here, and there really are. In the system of judgment, it's really just the strongest thought that gives you the most plausible outcome. So many plausible implications here. Is separation a punishment? And if separation is a punishment, was there ever really a choice? If you are placed in separation because that's where somebody needs you to be so that they remain safe, then your wholeness was never included. You understand that? And again, we could take that many different directions, but the most easiest one that people probably understand is when you enslave something. You only have to be people. When you enslave or colonize something, you do it at the behest of showing them a better way to be them by being a better them that keeps you in control. You understand that? That's the colonizer's mindset. I'm going to introduce you to systems that keep me ahead of you, but it's for your benefit too. It's not for your benefit. It's strictly for their benefit. So you being colonized and now thinking that within my colonization, there is some format in colonization that was designed to give me wholeness means you were already colonized. You're already colonized because you won't promote getting out of colonization as into remembering wholeness. You want to reestablish wholeness within colonization when your wholeness was never fucking included. So you'll lie to yourself and try and create it. And now you from everywhere. And now you out here doing everything that fits the fickleness of your human mind that's already in colonization. You're your own colonizer. Your judgment's already out the window. Your judgment's already out the window because you never had a choice, but you're going to choose where there was no choices. So you'll create one. You'll create one. You'll grow your own cancer. You'll create a journey into nowhere. Why is it nowhere? Because it was not a place for you to know you. It was nowhere in the equation that I just gave you where you're going to find you. But you can lie to yourself and create it. It never was. But what people need to understand is that's the human experience. You're here on a journey to go through ascension so that you can find out a better you, so that you can go to a higher set of ascension, so that you can learn to go into another level of dimensionality. None of that shit concludes your wholeness. The only thing that does is guarantee your separation. because you go on a fantastic journey of mastering one level so that you can become enslaved to another level to learn how to master that level so you can become enslaved to another level so you can learn to master another level. Holy shit. The only thing you growing is a you based off of your scarcity because you got distracted by what you was being ruled over by because they told you focus. Hey, focus. Focus. Focus on your overwhelm. Focus on your overwhelm because that's the only way you're going to find your abundance. Yes and no. It is the spiral, but remember the spiral is already subjected to motion. My perspective. The spiral is already subjected to motion because what presented the energy before it spiraled, it enticed it into motion. And when I say entice, that ain't always a good thing. That ain't always, ooh, I promise to give you this. It could have been, if you don't do this, you're going to lose that. You understand that? That's still a form of enticement. So, again, like I said earlier, it's not the fire's fault. It's the fool for keep putting their hand in it. So, pre-spiral. Pre-spiral had to sponsor the journey by authorizing the separation, which means you are already distracted from your wholeness. I've been using this analogy a lot, especially the month of September. What was it? Doctor Strange in the Mansion of Madness or whatever it was. Wanda Smith, Wanda Maximoff, whatever name she goes by now. The Scarlet Witch. She got into that one sorcerer's ear when they were holding the shields up. She got into his ear. Hi, I know who I am. I'm strong, and here's my shield. You're not enough. Boom. Got into his ear, tore him apart by distracting him, and he lost his focus. Now he is overwhelmed, and now everybody else fell apart with him. That was the only way that she can conquer the masses is by finding that one weak link. Unfortunately, in this current paradigm we in, the majority is the weak link. You know, people been saying this shit for decades. All you got to do is find that one. You have to find Neo. And Neo, has to unscramble himself into O-N-E, the one. That's still too many. Neo, when he becomes the one, still wasn't enough. Why? Because now he just had powers in the trap. Still couldn't get free, though. He was just elevated within the trap. Ascended. But still had a master. Oops, sorry. Let's not go there. Judgment, y'all fucked up. So 930-5222-344-992. Judgment was you on a journey, and the only thing you're doing is creating time and telling a story. That is the most important thing. Remember the universe. You in a story. You in one line in a universal song called infinity. That's all this universe wants, is for you to create time to tell the story. That is why you are in the perception of who you think you are. I'm in the perception of who I think I am. Blah, 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 blah. Infinite fashions, infinite perspectives, infinite outcomes, infinite experiences, infinite probabilities and possibilities. Endless. So the whole problem is you have already had judgment passed on you. Remember the question was separation of choice? It don't matter. You've already signed a contract to go on a journey. And by going on a journey, you are growing the story called you. You're growing the journey in the story called universe. But does the universe care about you? I'll let you lie to yourself about that one. Does the universe authentically care about you, or does the universe just want your fucking energy? How can you judge someone? Very carefully, by judging yourself first and seeing if there's reciprocity. See, you judge somebody by making sure that you see if it's even worth giving your time before you end up being a fool, by being scared to use your discernment. You better judge who you're giving your energy to before you end up wasting it. But if you buy the lies that you've been tricked and told, you'll find a way to make fucking peace with it. That's why you judge them. You judge them to make sure that you don't even need to know them, or whether they're worth giving you their energy, or whether you're worth giving yours to them. You understand that? Probably not. You understand? You can't see. You can keep going out here and signing all these contracts with people that you don't know, and authorizing experiences that you don't even know the parameters for, and now you end up lost and entangled and connected with people that you should have never fucking known. All because you didn't use judgment. Why? Because something told you not to judge others. You'll end up in the fucking bed with Jeffrey Dahmer if you don't use judgment, and then wonder why he ate you, and it wasn't a good way. Oops. Whoa, let your life tell your tale, though. See, if you keep using the rules of the trap that got you trapped is what's going to get you free, you're free to trap yourself, though. So, 20, judgment. So many implications. You keep on growing a journey. They ain't doing it but taking your time because you don't have proper understanding of your energy. But why 11? 2 ones. Remember I told you if there's just 1 1, that's 1 too many? Now you got 2 ones, that's 4 too much. If 1 1 was 2 too many, 2 ones is 4 too much. You already trapped. You trapped in your separation, and you're going to make justifications for your separation because you think that motherfucker is you. You think that motherfucker you. You have no idea who the hell you are. You're just going based off of what you've been taught and told. And you'll justify that, which now that becomes, holy shit, your judgment. Judgment for the plaintiff. Because you can't even defend yourself. So whatever is already against you, most of y'all probably already for it. But let me stop. 11, the illusion of separation. It becomes the only justification. It becomes the only justified reality, even when that shit ain't real. An illusion cannot be real. Please learn that. An illusion cannot be real. I know he don't love me, but I'm going to stay until he do learn. The answer was, you didn't have enough judgment to understand that the answer was already there because you alchemized yourself by wanting to live a lie. Holy shit, it was an illusion. And I'm going to stay until I see what I wanted to see, even when I no longer see myself. And that don't just go for relationships. That go for religions, governments, jobs, family, friends, beliefs, the whole fucking nine. You can invest your energy into something that is not authentically showing you, holy shit, reciprocity. When I look in the mirror, I see it clearly. Not when I look in the mirror, I see a dream. Karma. But you don't know how to use your energy, so you go into ill use of your ions. And the ill use of your ions already mean, and your ions is your energy, for some people don't get that. Ill use of your energy means you're already guaranteed separation. You already guaranteed separation. Remember, we started with 1-1, and now, holy shit, we in 3-3, taking losses. Why? Because I bound myself. Remember I told you? You're going to bind yourself to these ones that you think is you, and them motherfuckers done tripled up on you. Your mind, body, and soul over here, and that other 3, your mind, body, and soul over here, which means now you everywhere. You right, you everywhere. I'm taking losses because I'm everywhere because I ain't learned how to use proper judgment on how to stop spreading myself thin, and I'm tired of people using me, and if you weren't ready for me, you shouldn't have never came for me, and I just go into spiritual maintenance, and I don't want to do this, and I don't want to do that. You ain't got to do none of that shit. You ain't got to do none of that shit. The minute you realize, holy shit, all this shit was a choice, and I need to be better about what I'm choosing, the amount of experiences go away. And if I do enter into an experience by making a choice and it no longer shows me the reciprocity that I desire to see when it's no longer there, I ain't got to be there either. Unless I trick and lie myself into trying to make gains where I've already established losses because I'm going to try and grow into a better journey that already showed me not enough. But I think that's just a distraction, and I'm just going to focus on taking this overwhelm and turning that overwhelm into abundance. Huh? So you mean you finna put in work, right? Yeah, that's what you gotta do. 12 years a slave. You got to work for your freedom. No, you got to make sure that motherfucker ain't taken away from you. But most of you never had it because you're too busy doing what you're told. Oops, the illusion of separation means that you'll work for what's keeping you apart because you ain't ready to hold yourself together. And you'll come up with the most cockamamie bullshit on why it has to be the way it is. Why? That damn two. Remember I told you 2 ones was really 4 of them, but because you can't even see the trick and the trap in between, all you see is what's right in front of you. Don't have good judgment. All you have is clear vision of what's already got you distracted. I see 2 1. So how much is it? 2. You're right, 2. You connected. But what am I connected to? The ones that won't even play together because they've already been pulled apart. Holy shit. But wait a minute. If they pulled apart, is that safe? Yes. See, I read right here on page 34, or when I went to service last week, or when I had a download last month. Again, you'll buy into whatever fucking makes you feel good without having any idea of why it makes you feel that way. Connected. Connected to what's pulling you apart, but thinking that what's pulling you apart is going to help hold you together. Damn. There was once a man who was trying to help a bunch of people, but he was taking advice from a section of people that were used to benefiting from those people, so much to the behest that where he didn't realize that the only guidance they was giving him that sounded good towards helping his people was only helping them keep his people further in control and suppression, until that motherfucker realized, holy shit, I brought my people into a burning fire and it was too late, and now he wasn't useful to those people because his people was not getting any better, that those people said, we've had enough. He was no longer useful. That knowledge that he was using to help us was from a source designed to harm us. And when people realized that that knowledge was getting us fucked up, it was too late. It was too late. We had already birthed so much bullshit. We had already created the trick by giving up our divine energy to where we should have held ourselves together, but we let elements of what was naturally being designed to hold us apart try and tell us how to hold us together, that they only showed us how to hold ourselves apart. That thought. Remember I told you, whoever's in your ear, them motherfuckers that was in his ear trying to tell him who he was so he could better show people who they need to be without him knowing who he was, without them as a point of definition, because he didn't have good judgment. He just had good intentions. Holy shit. What they tell you about intentions? The pathway to hell is what? The pathway to hell is what? And hell ain't real. Here is hell. So hell is real in this illusion because you're living in it. Scarcity is hell. So the pathway to scarcity is paved with good intentions. But good intentions with bad judgment and zero awareness, but a ton of knowledge, will never set you free. It'll just have you keep on creating more because holy shit, you don't understand your energy. And once they get through sucking on you and getting you pregnant with their ideas, you'll keep on birthing. You'll keep on birthing things that benefit them because you think it's benefiting you. The only thing it's benefiting is you being further held down and pulled apart because you didn't invest in holding you together. You just kept on voting for what's got you in separation, for what's going to hold your ass together and stop you from being pulled apart. Voting for your own destruction, even when your vote don't count. But you don't know that. So knowledge got you fucked up that you're part of the created trick, and now the trick that created you to keep on giving you all its energy, and you keep on taking losses because the only thing you growing is a journey of giving your time to the same shit that ain't showing you enough. Just too many distractions for you to learn how to focus on you. So just focus on what's ruling over you, and what's ruling over you is your overwhelm. But yet the overwhelm was you not having enough judgment to stop fooling yourself. Oops. It was your free will. It was your free will to cross the road into something that did not have clear reciprocity because you thought it was safe to just get over and find out. You're right. You fucked around and you found out. Instead of finding out if you're going to fuck around and fuck yourself. Fuck. Tomorrow, last day of this month, all month long, it showed you what was controlling you. Next month, October, is going to show you what the fuck you're struggling with. And what you're struggling with is the overwhelm that's only designed to pull you apart. If it's designed to pull you apart, there was the whole fucking answer. Nothing further needed. If it's designed to pull you apart, I don't need to know it. I don't need to fight it. I just need to make sure I don't give it my energy. Because what was its intention? Pull me apart. Hold myself together and learn reciprocity. Get with people that are doing the same. Stop lying to yourself about who for you and what you stand for, when the majority of you motherfuckers don't even stand for yourself. Just a bunch of fucking liars. But I wish you well, though. But you know what I'm going to tell you. You got to let your life tell your tale. You really do. Wholeness.